Well, before we get on our next project here, we're gonna get this combine out of here. We're gonna go ahead and put it into winter storage. The roads are nice and dry today. We've got a couple of dump wagons we're gonna put away along with the grain buggy and whatever else like that. White's Farm Supply called a little while ago. They're on their way to pick up the Kubota skid steer, the one that has the bad engine in it, so we need to load that. We'll probably wait until they get here, or we'll keep busy at a few things before they get here so that we're not gone when they get here. One thing that I forgot to do on this combine, there's a bolt, 16 millimeter bolt that goes in. It kind of holds the auger that brings the corn up to this cross auger. That bolt was broke. I had to replace that. So we've got that ready to go. Before we put this away, we're gonna bait our mouse trap. So this is one of these 5-gallon traps. I've got the cover upside down. Now it's right side up. There's this little flipper that goes in there, and there's a ramp that you put up to the side of it. They crawl up, go over on this little ramp here, and it drops them into the pail. So we're gonna bait this with peanut butter. I'm gonna put this upside down. I'm gonna put a little bit of peanut butter in here, some on the bottom of the lid, and I'll put a little whisker up on this ramp here. We need to get them to, well, the tipping device. We need to get them to go up the ramp and then fall in the pail. So we're gonna go ahead and just pour regular windshield washer fluid in the pail. If we had it in a warmer environment, regular water would work, but once it gets cold, water's gonna get hard. So we'll show you how this goes together here. So we'll just take a little bit peanut butter here, put it on the bottom of the lid just to kind of give a little bit of smell there, and then we'll put some in the upper part of the lid. I'm going to smear that around. Probably putting a little too much in there, but we need to lure them in. So we'll go ahead and set this on the pail. Put a little bit just on the very end. You don't need a lot. Go ahead and put this together. A little bit too much weight there. I'm gonna have to wipe a little bit off of the top of the lid. That's not gonna work. We're gonna have to just put a whisker on there. So that's how that works. Put just a little bit right there. Okay, and then this is the ramp here. I'm going to snap this ramp together. This, and then this is supposed to go into there like that, and then they can crawl up this ramp. But these tabs, I don't know if these tabs are broke or what. No, they're not. So They'll crawl up that, they'll go into the pail. We'll go ahead and pour our window washer fluid in here. Nice to get away with just a half a gallon because I've got another track to bait. That is the one that I'm going to be putting in the chopper. Okay. Well, that'll go in there like that and we should be good to go. So, that's how that goes together. All right, we've got the combine inside. We've got our bait pail set up. You can see what they did to this seat here a couple years ago. The buddy seat they got into as well. They ate a lot of the stuffing out of this seat. So that's been a real pain in the butt. We'll have to see how many of these little critters we can catch in this pail. Maybe we'll come over here in a couple weeks or so. Our post inspection of the combine, I found an exhaust pipe that had a hole in it, and I didn't want to screw around with tying up the shop anymore with the combine. So what I'll do is when that pipe comes in, I'll just bring it over, throw it in the cab, and we'll have to put that on here next spring. So this is where Jared, he lives over here at this farm, and he needed help getting this door open in order to put his Mercedes in. So he's going to try to stuff that Mercedes in right in front of that lime spreader right there between the grain drill and the combine. We've got the grain buggy back in front of the combine, and the corn head is in behind that, and then we've got the grain head behind the grain drill. So go ahead. When's the last time you had this running?
A month ago, October.
Yeah. So he doesn't like to drive this in the wintertime. He likes to preserve it. He drove it all summer. Drove his truck from time to time. Now he doesn't want to drive his truck anymore, and he's got that little Suzuki truck. So we'll let him get inside, and then we will head back to the farm here. We've got some more room in this end here. We can bring something over here. I don't know what, but we'll see how she goes here. We've got to get this grain drill out at some point in time. I need to replace the seed openers on it. I seen a 40-foot drill over to Empire Tractor. I'll drop a picture in here. Boy, his discs were down real small. They must have traded it in. It was the same drill as this, but it was 40 foot. This is 30. This is a diesel, by the way. What year is this car? 1984. What size engine? 3 liter, 5-cylinder. OM 627. OM
617.
OM617. Okay. Watch it, that ladder's sticking down. It didn't help anything, but yeah. Whoa, whoa! Whoa! She smells like a diesel. All right. Well, we've got that stuff put away. We're gonna take a little ride in the, well, I call it a Suzuki. Mine's a Suzuki. What? This is a Suzuki, but it's actually what, an AutoZam?
AutoZam, Mazda AutoZam.
So, Bill, he ended up texting me. He's a guy from, I think he's down in Virginia, or West Virginia or something. He wanted to know where you got this from. It was a marketplace thing, right?
No, I found the guy just off of Google. I looked for an importer near me, a JDM importer kind of guy. And he came up, he was out of Walton, New York. His name was, I don't remember his name, but his business name was like Catskill Auto.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it was called, and he was the closest one to us. There was a couple others that I found, and they import odd Japanese vehicles over here and whatnot.
Yeah. And have you figured out the gas mileage on this thing yet?
I got 25 miles for the gallon last week, and the week before I got 28.
That's not too bad.
That's not kilometers to the gallon, but that's converting it out over to actual miles per gallon.
Yeah. That, what would be your advice as to anybody looking to buy these? I mean, these are, the two that we have are four-wheel drive, and they're standard shift. Would you advise getting an automatic?
I've heard not to. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They say not to, and they're pretty. He didn't even have any automatics.
No, he didn't. The place we were at, they didn't have any automatics. What about what make? What's the best make one to get, you think?
Probably Suzuki and Mazda and AutoZam are, as far as I can tell, the same company, and that's why the truck is the same. The Suzuki engine has so many parts available for it because they put this engine in Arctic Cat snowmobiles. It's a 3-cylinder 660cc F6A. They used to put it in some of the Arctic Cat snowmobile, 4-stroke snowmobiles. They even had turbo models available.
Yeah.
They say the Subaru ones, you can get them turbocharged, so they got a little more power, but I don't like the engine in the back deal with Honda and Subaru. The engine is in the rear, and it makes it a little more like that one we saw that guy working on it.
Yeah.
Kind of makes everything tight. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back to the farm here in a little bit, and I'm going to start working on the brakes on the 7200. So in case you're wondering, this is a right-hand drive. In other words, you drive from the right-hand side of the vehicle. We're not using a cell phone on selfie mode with the thing flipped around backwards or anything. So that's what they are. This one here has
12,397 kilometers.
12,397 kilometers. So it's hard to find them with low mileage. I guess everything that Jared has seen online all over the place, have, you know, all in different areas, have had a lot more miles on them. We paid a little over $5 grand a piece for these. They were $5,500 a piece, and we ended up getting a couple $100 off. They knocked it down to $5,200 a piece because we bought 2 of them. But you said you've seen prices up to $7 grand?
Yeah.
So
yeah, as much as $7 grand.
Yeah. But this is the route Jared takes every day here when he goes to and from work. All back roads. He's like 6.5, 7 miles from the farm. So, like I said, we'll be back to the farm in a minute, and we're gonna do a brake job on the 7200. Yes, you heard that correctly. We've got to do that again. So, alrighty. Otis.
Yeah. That was his father.
Push that over a little more. Yeah, you can if you want. Well, now we're ready to start on this project. This is the 7200R. We have been having trouble with it plugging the hydraulic / transmission filter. We're assuming that the brakes are gone on it again. We did have an amateur packing bunk with it here this fall, and we're assuming that the brakes are gone from riding the foot on the pedal. We can't seem to train these guys correctly to do the job right. We ended up doing the brakes on this August 28th, 2020. It had 6,900 hours on it. Today is December 13th, and the tractor's got 9,778 hours on it. So we have an implement coming here next week that I want to use on this tractor. I want to use this tractor for it, rather. So I need to go ahead and get this job done. I've been kind of waiting for this broken rib that I have to heal itself, and for the most part, the pain is at a minimum. I barely even know I have a problem. So we'll have to drain the oil out of the transmission on it. We're gonna have to pull both duals. We'll just do one side at a time. We're gonna leave the duals off of it. We'll get the duals off, then we'll have to pull the final drive, get into the brakes, so on and so forth. Nate's got the 8360R in here. He's doing an oil change on her. How many hours does this have on it off the top of your head, do you know?
8,500.
No, it ain't got 8,500. 55? We'll go ahead and look here. It was due for its 250 hour oil change here. And I wouldn't jump up in here, but I wanted to know what the heck the hours were. Come on, let the screen load. So we are 31 hours past the oil change. It's got 7,033 hours on it. So we've put a couple of thousand hours on this old girl since we've had her. Right, Nathan? This tractor, along with the 9560, I bought from Sloan's, and what was that, 2020? I think it was, wasn't it? 2020. And we had to do, Kaz had to do a transmission on this last winter? Winter before? Who knows? So this got an IVT transmission on it, which they are junk. They don't even advise buying them anymore. We did have a little bit of a scare with this. When we went to get the 9560 the other day, Jared took this over. What did we have it on? Dump wagon? Using it on dump wagon? Prior to using it for the spreader, dump wagon, maybe the 6,000 gallon spreader. I don't even remember. But we hadn't been using it much. Jared, one of these guys jumped in it and took it a couple miles over to where the spreader was, and the damn thing would only do like, what, 18 miles an hour?
Yeah.
And what it had was some sensor in this ILS front end that was bad. They swapped out a sensor. Then we tried it again here the other day, and it wouldn't go over 19 again. And it had the same symptoms back when the transmission got done on it, but they had checked everything and they ruled everything out before, and you know, it was the transmission. So we had a little bit of a scare. We thought this transmission was gone again. So we will not buy another IVT. That's got a power quad in it. 7290's got an IVT. 8320R has a power shift. And we've got, what do we got? 3 tractors with IVT. So the power shift is the way to go, or that E23 transmission. So we better get to work here. Got to get the oil drained and start pulling wheels. Well, we are into the following day, and as you can see, we're in the truck. We're actually hauling manure. We've got enough storage in our barn pits for a couple days. So we didn't haul any manure yesterday. We hauled out on Monday. And then we ended up working around the shop. Yesterday we put the combine away and put some other equipment away as well. Then we started the brake job on that 7200, and I won't be able to get back on that here till late this afternoon, or if and when it snows here. We are due to get a fair amount of snow there's a storm coming in tomorrow night, and between then and Sunday, I guess we could get 4 to 8 inches. We'll probably get a couple of inches here, a couple of inches there. And in total, we're supposed to get upwards of 8 inches. I know I've had some comments in the past, you know, how are you able to spread on snow? Well, we are allowed to spread up until 4 inches of snow or 4 inches of frost. Right now, there's only about 1.5 to 2 inches of snow, and we are also injecting. So there's kind of a gray area where it doesn't really matter how much snow you have, as long as you're injecting, you're okay. Now, the reasons why you shouldn't be spreading on snow is because when the snow melts, the manure that is on the snow can run off and it could leave the field. We don't want that to happen. We don't want to have the manure get in a creek or any water source for that matter. So we're gonna keep plugging away here, and we're just trying to not have to put anything in the lagoon. Well, where we are spreading now is on Corporal Welch Road. It was 3 years ago, last week, when Travis turned onto this road with the 8320 and spreader. Roads were a little slippery. He came down through here, lost control, grazed the side of that building. I don't know, I don't think that sign was there, but he come down through and he hit that tree right there with the 8320, and that's what totaled it. We ended up loading it down here at the bottom of the hill. So the field's right up here a little ways. We'll get situated and get the first load in the frac tank. We'll have to make sure nothing's froze, and we will see how things go here. We're pulling in with the first load. We will get pulled up here. I need to leave enough room for Jared to get in, so I'm going to pull up as far as I can. And we'll get the pipe swung over to the frac tank here, and we'll start offloading. I've got to check the frac tank, make sure Nate has the drain closed on it. And we'll have to, yeah. All right. So there we are. We're gonna go over here and close the drain. Just like I was talking earlier, we've only got, you know, I don't know, 1.5, 2 inches of snow. Make sure this drain is closed. Looks like he's been around it, and there he is right there. Oh my God, Nate, we cannot run. We can't run. PTO shield is gone. So without that PTO shield on there, you're not going to be able to crawl up through and run the tractor from the back window. All kidding aside, yes, that is very dangerous. But it isn't like we are going up over the back of the tractor to engage the controls or anything. If you get caught in that PTO, you have more problems than just getting caught in the PTO. You shouldn't even be in there. Good to go, Bob? Yeah, I'll put a little bit in there. I think that didn't shear it. It did start hard. I'll put a little bit in and then I'll stop. Yeah, we don't want to kid about PTO shields, but at the same time, you guys got to use your head. You know what's the same as a PTO? That drive shaft right there. And you know what? That drive shaft does not have a shield on it. Do you know why it doesn't have a shield on there? Because you're not going to ride up here. You're going to ride in the cab. We'll engage the PTO, which that is just a gearbox on the transmission. Not an actual PTO like we see on the tractor. That's just called a power takeoff, and this PTO on this truck has a direct coupled pump. So we've got a little bit of manure in there. We want to make sure he's pumping. I think it's pumping. I'm gonna climb up on there. We got no poop coming. Maybe there ain't enough. Look. Is there enough? Okay, just turn my pump on and hit the resume button. It'll go into cruise control. We were on the Hudson farm, which is over there, and they moved the frac tank over to here yesterday, and we just want to make sure we don't have a plugged up pump. Now the cruise control doesn't want to stay on. There it goes. Got poop going in there. Got a hot load going in. Hopefully this takes off, because if it doesn't, we'll have to get in there with some bars. There we go. I think we've got it. Better shut that off. Shut the truck off. All right, we got to figure this out. Alright, I got down off the tank here and it went. What'd you do? You don't know what you did? I think what it was, Nate, is just me touching it. That stuff happens, doesn't it? Alright, go ahead, bub. Don't really know. It must have been just a little bit of ice in there. And then it was able to go. You can see that pipe come down. There's manure in it. Bang, bang. Well, we're good to go. All right, we'll head back to the farm and get another load. We're almost empty here. We are empty. Got an offset disc over here that we've got to fix at some point too. It's got a broken hitch on it, and I'm not empty. I think Nate shut my PTO off. No, I didn't hit the I didn't turn the fan on. There we go. Amateur hour today. It's amateur hour, Nate. I didn't turn the pump on. So the hitch on this offset disc ended up breaking the oh, there's like a turnbuckle on it, and we've got to get that fixed here. That happened when we were doing tillage over here this spring, and we were waiting for parts for it. So we'll show you what that has wrong. This part of the hitch broke out on it, so we just it's going to be a simple fix. Just pull this guy apart here, get that on there. So here is Jared. I can hear him coming. We got to hurry up and get out of the way. And we're just about empty. We are empty. So that is gonna do it for this video, I guess, folks. We're gonna go ahead and get back to the farm, get another load loaded up here, and we'll get her hauled. So thanks for watching, folks. Catch you at the next one.